What's going on, you guys? My name is Andre, and in this video I'm excited to share pretty much this free course, free step-by-step guide on how you can dropship on TikTok Shops USA. So this is something that I have been doing for about 4 months now. I started officially in July of this year. At the time of this video, it is October 22nd. So 4 months, give or take, and in this 4 months, I made roughly, as you can see, 50K in revenue, and this is revenue. So profit margin was about 20%. So that would be around $10,000 in profit in 4 months. So I know by far it's not, of course, like the best, the skyscraper numbers, but nonetheless, this is a really nice side income. And it is October, almost November, and we are now seeing actually a lot more traffic and orders because TikTok is launching free coupons, free buyer incentives for the Black Friday and Cyber Monday campaign. So I do suggest you guys to check out this video in full and get started ASAP, okay? So this video is also not monetized. At the time of this video, I don't have enough subscribers just yet, not enough watch time. So if you are enjoying the course, the content so far that I'm giving to you guys absolutely for free, it would really mean a lot if you could click that like button, subscribe button. You guys know all of that. So I also do have a good amount of free resources and some additional resources available on Udemy. I'm a Udemy instructor, so links in the descriptions. On Udemy, I also have this identical version of this course, but it has just a few more live examples, more tips, but nonetheless, I'm giving you guys the best strategies and tactics absolutely for free. So without further ado, let's jump into my screen and get started. Alright guys, so TikTok Shops USA Dropshipping Masterclass. You can see these numbers that I was talking about earlier. This is a screenshot from TikTok Shops UI, from my main shop and my other backup shops. I also have 4 shops in total, but only 2 of them are doing good, and I believe algorithm is a little bit better towards shops that were created older, in the older dates from May, April, June, July. So these 2 shops I created in July, and these are the best results that I have achieved with them. This shop, the main one that has generated over 32K in revenue, this is my main shop. The 18K is the one that I outsourced to an automation team, but I'm overseeing them pretty much daily, giving them tips, sharing the tips that I have learned on my shop so that they are able to generate more revenue in addition to my shop. And I do like having backup shops. It's just something that I like to do since my days on Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. Just because if something goes wrong or you get deactivated for some reason with your one shop, you still have a backup shop, okay? So you can also reach me anytime on Instagram. You can DM me. We do have a free Discord chat, and as I mentioned earlier, I do have almost identical version of this presentation on Udemy. It just has more live examples. So all those links are in the video description, and definitely make sure you join our free Discord chat. You can message me with questions. I do respond there daily, or DM me and follow me on Instagram. I will also respond to you there, okay? So I also want to show you guys actually a video capture of my main shop, so just you guys can see that I'm not making any of these numbers up. This is my main shop. As you can see, this is the number, exact number from the screenshot, okay? If we refresh it, you can see that the number is still there. It's not photoshopped, okay? You can see the historical payouts from October. Let's just scroll some previous dates, September, and then so on and so forth, all the way to July, okay? So yeah, this is the number. I also want to show you in here. You can see in the finances summary the amount on hold and the amount that was paid. All real numbers. On hold is actually how much active pending money I have coming in. This will be paid for me after my orders are delivered. It takes about a week to 2 weeks depending on your payout delivery type, but more on the payout delivery type in the next one of the next lectures here, okay? So this next slide here, this is my second shop. The screenshot that you guys have seen earlier, basically, yeah, it's that one paid. You can see 18,650, exactly that amount. Scroll down, you can see all the realistic non-Photoshop payouts. So it's all real, guys, not making any of this up. And again, in the summer, you can see how much is pending. This shop right now has a bit more orders than my main one, just because we have some affiliates that were able to give us more orders. So almost 5K pending, which is not bad at all. Okay, yeah, so these are the numbers. Let's go to the next slide. Here I want to basically give you guys a preview of the course, what you guys can expect to see in the course. Again, introduction to dropshipping, TikTok shops overview, kind of like a quick UI overview, what is allowed on TikTok shops and what is not allowed, basically item policy, overall tips, how to find winning products, how to create listings, returns, payouts, customer service, account health, and a few additional tips. Okay, so basically all the essential things that you need to start and succeed on TikTok shops, and hopefully either get to the same numbers that I'm doing or exceed my numbers. Okay, and that will all be, of course, individual. I cannot guarantee you results. It's just not realistic for me to guarantee you results. It all will depend on your product research, on the type of products that you're listing, and how in demand these products are that you are listing. But I will share you guys all the product research tips and everything essential that you guys need, once again, in order to succeed. Okay, so you guys should have a pretty good chance of getting there, hopefully, if you follow my tips and if you do dedicate some time to list daily. Okay, next, dropshipping basics. So expert gurus, expert dropshippers, you can just skip this slide right here and go to the next one. But for those of you who are brand new, dropshipping, again, it's mostly reselling trending items for a profit. Okay, you don't hold any inventory, you just reorder it from your supplier. So for example, you buy an in-demand item on eBay for $10 basically, and you sell it at a markup for $20. Okay, so you keep around $10 in profit. Of course, there are going to be like TikTok fees, affiliate fees, so it's going to be a little bit less, but overall it's going to be like $10 to $7 in profit after all the fees. Okay, so this is kind of the idea. You source from one website for cheaper and you resell it on TikTok shops at a higher price. Same exact item. Once you get an order, you then place it with your eBay supplier. You basically copy paste the customer information as if you were ordering for a friend to your eBay checkout page. You know how you order something on eBay or Amazon to your friend, you just copy paste their address, right? And then you ship that product to them. Exactly the same thing, you know, don't really overthink it. You just basically reselling from one website at a cheaper price, you're reselling it on TikTok shops at a more expensive price with the goal to make a profit. That's how it works. Now, this is really, really important, okay? TikTok shops item policy. In the video description, I have included the link to the full TikTok policy. I really do strongly suggest for you guys to take time, not be lazy, and read the full policy, because if you do list items that are not allowed, what's gonna happen is that even if TikTok lets you publish it, sooner or later, like in a week or 2 weeks or in a month or 2 months, I'm seeing this happening all the time, sometimes to myself and to other people. They start getting random violations for these items that they have listed weeks or sometimes months ago. And definitely we don't want to do that. We don't want to get violation points, because once you get to 48 violation points, you get permanently deactivated. The violation points stay with you for 180 days or 6 months. Okay, I'm going to talk about more about account health and violation points later in this course, but I just want to give you guys kind of a quick idea of why this is really important. So mainly what we have learned so far, stay away from beauty products, because TikTok made changes. Before, in April, June, July, you could list them without issues, but then they changed it and they are asking you to provide package labels in order to list beauty products. Okay, so don't do that, because you don't have package labels, because you're a dropshipper, you don't have any inventory on you. Okay, so you don't, and you can't provide package labels. Kids products, this is a restricted invite only category, so you cannot list that as well. Okay, so again, you are a dropshipper, you don't have any permissions to list those products. You do need to apply for that category. We have not done that. And even if you have like an adult product but it has a kid on the photo, it can get wrongfully flagged for a kid's product. Okay, auto parts, I have seen that actually what's they called, like phone holders, they can get flagged because it's like an auto part, and again, bots can be really silly on TikTok and they flag things incorrectly. So I just suggest staying from auto parts category entirely if possible. Okay, electronics, that's another one that I do suggest you guys to stay away from, because electronics, it requires certification basically. Okay, and you don't have that certification. Of course, you can ask your supplier for certification, they can give it to you, but the problem is, even if they give you the certification and then it turns out the certification that they gave you was not correct or maybe was not authentic, TikTok will permanently ban you right away. Okay, so this is why this is really important. I want to spend a few minutes on this slide just because you guys should really read policies and do not list items in these policies. Okay, so this is really important. Okay, UI overview. So this is a screenshot. In my Udemy course, I have like a live video of this, so you guys are welcome to check it out on Udemy if you want like a live video, but I don't want to waste a lot of people's time here, and honestly it's almost identical, so I'm just going to talk about it here. Home section is where you will see kind of like a quick overview of what's happening with your shop, how many orders you have to ship, returns, buyer messages, stock alerts, negative reviews, that kind of stuff. You can also see kind of your shop insights for the last 7 days, today, last 28 days. You can also customize insights. Here, customize it, you can click it and customize some metrics here. Here you can see the shop health. Right now I'm medium risk, I was low risk, and because I got some violation points incorrectly, the items were fully compliant, but TikTok still rejected my appeal. Now I have to wait 180 days for these violation points to disappear, which sucks. Okay, so it's really easy to get these violation points, and this is why I was talking about earlier that you should really be listing safe items and not list anything high risk. So if you're not sure if it can get flagged or not by TikTok, just don't list it. Okay, that's kind of like a rule of thumb that I have for my virtual assistants, for my team, and for the automation team that's handling my other shop. So yeah, you can see on the right side too, this is kind of like your little quick account health overview with the metrics. So all my metrics are more or less at bay. I will talk about everything when it comes to account health in details in one of these slides later on. So this is the home section, and you can see like kind of your announcements, the upcoming TikTok campaigns that I do recommend everyone to register for. So these campaigns, like for example Black Friday and Cyber Monday campaigns, are coming up. TikTok is going to give buyers a lot of coupons, incentives, and we do expect a lot of traffic and more orders. Overall, you know, Q4 in e-commerce is the best time of the year, so I do strongly suggest for you guys, after you are done watching this video, just start listing items, start the product research, and start doing things ASAP, especially if you're watching this now. Okay, so orders right here, this is where you will find your information about orders, returns, that kind of stuff. It's pretty straightforward. I'm not gonna like spend too much time. Products, this is where you can add new listings to your shop. This is where you can monitor your product reviews. You can reply to product reviews in the products tab. Marketing tab, this is where you can register your this is where you can make your coupons rather, so coupons like flash sales, discounts, that kind of stuff. And this is where you can register for TikTok campaigns like Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaigns, that kind of stuff. Okay, so affiliate, I'm going to talk about the affiliate tab in the next lecture, but this is definitely something that is one of the crucial ways how you can get traffic on TikTok shops is by offering free samples to affiliates and by just allowing affiliates to purchase your products and offering them a commission. What we do, we offer a 15% commission to our affiliates. And that seems to do the trick just fine. Affiliates order the products even without free samples, then they make a video, and then we get a lot of traffic and orders thanks to these affiliates, and the affiliates win 15% from each sale. So it's a really a win-win situation on TikTok, and that's how it pretty much works. Okay. All right, so Live Manager, that's not something that we use just because Live Manager, we don't make any live videos, product videos, we don't really post any content, we just get free organic traffic thanks to TikTok. shop's organic traffic and the affiliate traffic. Okay, so we don't do live manager, but if you are making live videos and videos in general, this is where you can find some useful information for your live videos and there. Okay, so growth, this is just something that we don't really use too. It's just like missions on TikTok that you can complete in order to get free advertising money basically, but we don't do any ads whatsoever. I tried to do like $20 ads. I was like breaking even and not profitable, so I didn't do that. And there is a rumor that if you start really spending a lot of money on your ads, TikTok will actually throttle your free organic traffic, and they will basically see your potential to spend money on ads, so they will want you to spend more on ads. It's just a rumor, it's not confirmed. I have read it on TikTok Discord groups, and this is why I'm suggesting for you guys not to really invest much into ads, and it's not really necessary because TikTok as a platform is relatively new. It's not really saturated just yet, and it's really hard to saturate too, just because the affiliates are promoting the product and affiliates are very individual, so it's much harder to saturate TikTok shops versus like Facebook Marketplace or Etsy, for example, where you will see just a bunch of the same listings with the same photos, same descriptions, just competing on the price. Okay, so yeah, that's affiliates, growth, analytics. So analytics, this is where you will actually see a lot of useful data on how your shop is doing, how it's performing in terms of free organic traffic or affiliate traffic. You can also see your top products, how they're performing, and I'm going to dedicate additional lectures later in this video, later in this course, just to show you guys some of the ways you can use analytics tab to find more product ideas for your shop. Okay, account health, again, I'm gonna like spend some time later in this course and talk in more details how account health works. Account health is really important on TikTok. Your goal should be to pretty much be perfectionist when it comes to TikTok shops, because if you are being lazy, if you are slacking, TikTok is gonna give you violation points. And right now in Q4, TikTok is actually really strict. I am hearing stories where 1 or 2 buyers complain about items not received, and TikTok basically permanently deactivates your entire shop for that. Okay, so that's definitely something that we want to avoid, and that's why I'm going to spend some time discussing account health in more detail here. Okay, finance tab, this is where you guys have seen my previous video and previous screenshots from earnings from my shops. This is where you can access earnings for your shops. You can see your settlements. You can open up the exact settlement amount, see the breakdown of each settlement, of each order, you know, all the deductions, all the fees. You can see all of that in the finance tab. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Let's go to the next slide. Alright guys, so affiliates tab overview. Again, I'm not gonna spend too much time. I'm just gonna walk you through the main things. In my Udemy lectures, you can see like a live examples and me spending more time going through every single tab here step by step. So here I'm still going to give you guys everything that you need in more of a shortened format, in a screenshot format, but nonetheless, you guys can see everything essential that you guys need to understand how this works. Okay, so with affiliates, how it works. Once you launch your shop, what you're gonna do, I do suggest going to the shop plan and setting up a 15% commission rate. TikTok by default, using their analytical tools, tells us that 15% is actually the sweet spot for affiliate fee. And now what I also suggest doing is then once you list an item, go to open plan and select the item and offer free samples. So it's going to be kind of like a little bit of a manual work, but then if you have virtual assistants, you can ask them to do it. So basically once you list an item, add that item to an open plan and offer free samples, because sometimes you might get a really high traffic affiliate who is earning like 100K in 30 days revenue, and if their content, if their channel is relevant to the item, the free sample that they're requesting, that's when we would send them the free sample and hope for a chance that their video takes off and we will start getting more orders for that sample that they requested. Okay, now free samples, obviously they require you to invest some of your own capital. You don't have to do that, but I do suggest to sometimes, if you have a few extra dollars and if your item is not really expensive, to with your supplier to order a free sample to the affiliate, and if the affiliate is promising, I do suggest for you guys to send them a free sample. Okay, So yeah, that's open plan. You can do like a targeted plan, but don't really use it. Targeted plans are like specific items. We don't really do that. We just do a flat 15% commission rate for every single item, and we offer free samples for every single item, basically. Okay. Find creators. This is what you can use this tab to basically, it's kind of like an affiliate marketplace search, and you can sort by home decor, like kitchen accessories, all sorts of niches, and you can find creators, and then you can send them a message, kind of like an invitation to invite them to work with you. We don't really see that working as well, to be honest. Like, we send messages, but they don't really usually respond back. So what we just let affiliates reach to us first by setting a free plan and free samples, okay? And that works just fine. So sample request, this is the tab where you can see sample requests for your items. Again, in my Udemy lecture, I have like a live video where I'm showing you every single thing where you can like click step by step. I don't really think it's like necessary, but some people find it really helpful, especially like beginners. But nonetheless, like if you click sample requests, it basically is going to open the same window where you will see affiliate. You can click on affiliate here. It will open their analytics. Like TikTok will give you analytics where you can see demographics for the affiliate, you know, the age range, gender. You will see how many videos how many video views they're getting, how much engagement they're getting. So kind of like a quick free affiliate analytics. And then you can click the affiliate, and you can go to their TikTok profile and kind of like do a quick affiliate research to make sure that their channel is relevant to the sample that they're requesting. And I think it's really, really important to make sure that their channel is relevant to the sample that they are requesting, because a lot of affiliates are actually going to be like kind of scammers. They don't have like followers, they don't make much videos, but they're going to like request a free item from you with an expectation that you're going to send them the free item. They're going to make like some shitty video, not put any effort. They're going to get the item for free. They're going to abide by TikTok policy because they made a video, and you're not going to get any traffic or any orders whatsoever. So that's why I also think it's really important to work with affiliates. Yeah, so like when you click free samples, they also going to show you a little breakout how much video content with product links they have posted, fulfillment rate, and how much money they have made in the 30 days. So Data Compass, this is kind of like your analytical tools to analyze your affiliates. I do like to use Data Compass sometimes to see if we have an affiliate who have gave us at least 4 buyers in the last 28 days. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna message that affiliate and offer them another free sample, or we're gonna offer it to basically generate us a Spark Ads code. And Spark Ads, what those are on TikTok, basically you can use Spark Ads to reuse TikTok affiliate video as if it was your video without getting a copyright infringement violation, okay? Affiliate orders, that's where you can see your affiliate orders. It's pretty self-explanatory. Affiliates who placed an order with your shop, that's where you will see them, okay? Accounts, that's not really something that I want to spend too much time. That's where you can indicate your contact methods. You can add your WhatsApp contact information and your email, so that affiliates can send you emails or WhatsApps, okay? So that's kind of how it works. Affiliates, really important, because this is one of the ways how you can drive traffic to your shop. Okay, finding winning items. So there are a few ways that I find to work the best. Number one, and this is the free method and the best method so far, you can simply use your TikTok app and then going to the shop bar and exploring the marketplace in the TikTok app, seeing how many items are selling, because TikTok shows you how many times an item has sold, okay? And I'll show you that in the next slide. You can also use eBay Therapy, which is also a free method. You just need an eBay seller account and you can create it for free. In some cases, it doesn't even ask you to create an eBay seller account. So I will include the link to eBay Therapy. You can access it by opening my video description and checking if it asks you to make a seller account or not, okay? Zik Analytics. Now, this is a pay tool. I do have an affiliate link, so if you are also feeling a little bit generous to support my channel, you can click the affiliate link and sign up with Zik Analytics. Zik Analytics is something that I've been using for like 3 years now, since I've been dropshipping on Facebook Marketplace, on Etsy, on eBay, and I do find it helpful because Zik Analytics offers stuff like last 48 hours, you can see the top selling items on eBay for the last 48 hours, get some product ideas. TikTok, Zik Analytics also has autopilot feature where it scans basically eBay and Amazon and connects them with eBay dropshipping listings. I will talk about that in the next lecture, in the next slide here. And yeah, also Zik Analytics has like a dashboard overview where you can also see the top trending niches as of the past 28 days or so, okay? And there is also Amazon basic research. You can like type a product on Amazon search bar and you will see now Amazon discloses how much time people have bought it in the past month, okay? So that's kind of like a free method, so I'm gonna show it to you guys all in the next lectures and slides here. Okay, now before you look for items, I do suggest for you guys to follow this criteria. You can pause this video and just read it. I'm not gonna spend like minutes rereading the same thing. We are trying to follow these 8 criteria because we are trying to also find more problem solving items. Sometimes you don't even need it. We do find that sometimes really silly things that are not problem solving are also working, so sometimes you can disregard this criteria, but nonetheless we are seeing that items that follow this criteria still tend to give you the most amount of orders. I still have an item that I launched in July and it's still selling to this day just because it's more of a problem solving item, and the affiliate made a video about that item, and they're showing their users, their fans, how that item is able to solve their problems if they purchase it basically from our shop, okay? So you can pause this video, read the criteria, and in the next slide here, this is your method number 1, the TikTok app, okay? So anyone can do it. All you have to do is open your TikTok app. You can see the shop bar is right here. Just click the shop bar and start browsing the product marketplace. Just keep scrolling down on your TikTok app and you will see items with how the amount of them being sold on TikTok marketplace, okay? So you can see here 6 sold, 27 sold. What you can do, you can reverse engineer and find the supplier for this product. Most of the time you will be able to find the supplier on eBay or Amazon, okay? And what you can do here is basically relist the same exact item, maybe relist it a little bit cheaper, but use different images, use better images, rewrite the titles and descriptions so it's not the exact copy paste, but you can basically reverse engineer and find the supplier of the items and relist it for cheaper once again. The idea here, and this is honestly like the best way to list winning products and the easiest way, just find items with the most sales. So the higher is this number of sold, the better is the chance that you can also score some sales, okay? Now again, I also do suggest to avoid branded items and prohibited items that I have mentioned in the earlier lecture, in the earlier slide here. So if you need a refresher, just go back earlier in the video and rewatch the prohibited items that I was talking about earlier, okay? Method number 2, eBay therapy product research. And again, I have like this live videos in my Udemy lecture, so you can check it out in my Udemy lecture, but the way it works, and it's relatively simple too. I don't think it's necessary to make a live video, but some people find it more helpful with a live video. All you have to do, you have to click the link that I have here in the video description to go to the eBay Therapy tool, or you have to make a seller account on Therapy to access it. All you have to do is go here to Therapy and you basically type in the keyword and you sort it by last 7 days. So for example, here we have seen that this silly garden gnome is selling on TikTok. So this is basically what's going to happen. You basically can type the garden gnome right here and you can basically see exactly what's selling if you sort it by total sold here. Okay guys, I'm sorry, I also cut the video again because my Ring selfie light battery died down, so I'm back. What I was talking once again earlier, in TerraPeak, if you sort it by the total of sold here, last 7 days you can work with your most relevant in-demand items. So again, if we go to TikTok shops, you can kind of make a list of items that you are seeing that are selling. Not only can you reverse engineer and find the exact item on eBay or Amazon and relist it, you can also start getting more product ideas and listing more items if you type these items in TerraPeak, and you will see more types of this exact similar product that is selling on eBay, and then you can relist this and see if it's gonna sell on TikTok. So for example, because I can see here that the garden gnome is selling, I want to explore this niche, this product category on TerraPeak, and see if I can list more types of different garden gnomes on TikTok. Okay, so that is how it's done. You can also sort it by last 365 days, last 30 days. I find that last 7 days is the most relevant time frame, so that's what I am going to work with most of the time, and that's what my virtual assistant team is tasked to work with most of the time. Okay, okay, Amazon basic product research. Again, this is, you can see like the screenshot here. If you basically type a keyword, for example like shoe rack on Amazon, you will now see that Amazon is sharing the data how many people bought a particular item in the past month. Okay, so the goal here is to relist these top selling products that a lot of thousands and thousands of people bought on Amazon in the past month. It's not guaranteed that it's going to sell on TikTok. This is more for cold product research method, but nonetheless you can still type like garden gnomes and do the exact same thing and get more product ideas here and relist some top selling like garden gnomes on Amazon to TikTok. Okay, and Zik Analytics, again, the affiliate link is right here in the video description too. What I mentioned earlier too, I'm just going to repeat it. There are a few useful views that we find the most useful on Zik Analytics. Dashboard useful insights, top 500 eBay items in the past 48 hours. Basic keyword product research is not really like the most useful because it's very similar to TerraPeak, and there is the autopilot feature. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly how it works. Okay, so this is number one. This is the trending eBay niches. When you go to the dashboard, you can see these views right here. You can sort this by the US market on eBay, and you can sort it by revenue. This will kind of give you some product ideas, and you can see if there is a lot of demand for this exact product. What you can do is you can like click this, it will be like a clickable link, and you can see product research on TerraPeak. Kind of similar, or not TerraPeak, on Zik Analytics, it's going to be very similar. It will show you the amount of units that were sold in the last 7 days. It's the same exact way like TerraPeak. I don't find Zik Analytics keyword research to be the best. It's not like the most accurate. So what I typically do is I copy paste this into TerraPeak, and I find the most accurate data on TerraPeak. So I just like kind of see if I'm seeing basically. If I scroll back here, so if I'm seeing like a lot of total sold in the past 7 days, so for example, if I'm seeing that like room air purifier, there is one room air purifier that had very many total sold in the past 7 days, that's when I'm gonna relist it on TikTok as well and see if it's gonna sell. Okay, so the same exact way can be done for these guys right here. Just double check them what the demand is using TerraPeak, and then relist them on TikTok. Okay, here on the left side, this is the last 48 hours, the best selling eBay items. You can sort them by sales, and you can also get some additional product ideas. Most of the time these are going to be branded items that you should stay away from and not list on TikTok. Okay, so you're gonna see most of the time it's gonna be the case, but nonetheless there are some times like this little device, like a GPS tracker, that you can consider relisting on TikTok. And then I would still be cautious, because sometimes the TikTok bots can flag your listing if it's like an electronic. This is like an electronic listing, but it's just like a small example that you can consider listing, but you would still have to be cautious. But if you like keep scrolling down, sometimes you can see some product ideas that are in demand for the past 48 hours that you can relist on TikTok. Okay. Okay, and this is like the kind of like the garden, the keyword research with the garden gnome. It's very similar to therapy because you can see, you can basically see the total number of sold. Here it's gonna like show you for like the past 30 days, I believe, or the past 365 days. I forget what was the time frame of the screenshot, but you can also filter it by clicking like the filter for the past 7 days, and you can basically see kind of a very similar view to therapy, as you can see, right? You can see like this pretty much identical products on therapy that you can see here on Zik Analytics. Okay, so I don't really find it like the most useful. I find therapy to be better, better in terms of the numbers too. Okay, now this is also TikTok data analytics tab. Okay, so I do like to use this method once you start getting sales. This is when you can identify similar winning products. You can go back to Amazon or eBay Therapy and start typing the product category. So for example, the key here, I'm just gonna tell you guys that the key is to list more similar items to your bestsellers in order to identify more winning products, kind of like I mentioned earlier. And here in this specific example, we can see that if we go to Analytics tab on TikTok and then we go to product, you can see, for example, that this product right here, it has sold several times. And I can also see more highest GMV. I can also see bestsellers, most visited products. And what I'm gonna do is, because these sunglasses have been selling, what I'm gonna tell to my virtual assistant team, or if you don't have a virtual assistant team, you can then go back to Therapy. So for example, you can type sunglasses, or like women's glasses. In this case, I believe it was men's glasses more, so I would type men's sunglasses, and I'm gonna relist more men's sunglasses because I can see that it's working on TikTok. I can also do the same thing on Amazon. I can type women's or men's sunglasses, and I'm gonna try to relist more where thousands and thousands of people bought them in the past month. Okay, so that's kind of like the idea of using this data analytics tab. It will work only when you already have some items that are selling, because you can see that today this is what sold several times today. So I know today it sold several times, it's in demand. I have more items that sold like today, for example, and then I would do the exact same way on Therapy and Amazon. And I could also maybe consider checking out Walmart.com too for any other ideas. And then I would try to list more sunglasses because I know that they are working and selling on TikTok already. And same logic can be done to any different item that is selling for you on TikTok. Just trying to find similar items and relisting them more. Okay, now creating a listing that sells. You know that these are going to be overall tips. On Udemy, I have like a live video where I'm creating a listing from scratch, but I don't think it's really necessary to do a live video because I can tell you the exact same thing that's going to be shown in the live video. So what is going to be done as the first thing, of course, you have to find the product. So you have to go back to the product research. If you don't have a product that you're going to list, well, you have to go to the product research, and you will have to find your product and then list that product. Now, the key to listing a successful product that's going to give you the highest chance, the likelihood of selling, is you're going to pick quality studio level photos if possible. What I like to do is I like to work with eBay suppliers or Amazon suppliers that really have good quality photos, not like with white backgrounds, but with lifestyle, real imagery backgrounds, basically. Okay, so I like that because it's more of a unique item. It looks really nice. It's a professional studio level quality without white backgrounds, and we are seeing that items with that kind of background seem to sell the best. Okay, now also white background photos are okay. TikTok encourages sellers to also do white background photos, so that's fine, but my experience is showing me that real life professional studio level photos perform better than white background stock photos. Okay, so you can still do both and see what works for you for your items, but I'm seeing in my experience that lifestyle, real quality studio level photos are working the best, okay? Now, Amazon also has a lot of product review videos, so you can also include that when you are listing a product. It will take more time to list, and we don't do that all the time. It's not really necessary, but in some cases when we do include a product video, it just helps a possible affiliate to make a video about your product, sometimes even without ordering a product, because you have that video. They can like kind of edit that Amazon review video that you included on your TikTok page, and they can then drive traffic and make a video for you, basically. So we don't really do that all the time. Sometimes we do it and it's not really like necessary, but it helps, okay? If you can also include like an Amazon review video in your product page, okay? Obviously check for typos and titles and descriptions if you are copying your supplier word for word. What we do, we use ChatGPT to rephrase supplier titles and supplier descriptions, because then it creates a very professional typo-free titles and descriptions. So we do like to use ChatGPT. You can easily copy paste your supplier title, your supplier description into ChatGPT, and the phrase that you're going to use in ChatGPT is rephrase this and this and that, okay? Just type rephrase and then you copy paste your supplier title and supplier description into ChatGPT. That's how it works, okay? Now, in terms of pricing and free shipping or paid shipping, what I recommend you guys to do, especially right now, because TikTok is giving free shipping incentives, we are seeing that paid shipping is working much better than free shipping, because what we can do, we can price the item pretty much at identical price level that supplier has on Amazon or eBay, or sometimes even cheaper than supplier on Amazon and eBay has, just because we are able to make a profit with the shipping rate, okay? Now, TikTok is covering the shipping rate right now of up to $10, meaning that you can set a shipping rate of $9.99 or $10 and make a profit with the shipping rate, and be profitable and be more competitive even than the Amazon or eBay supplier. You can offer a cheaper product than Amazon or eBay supplier is offering. Basically, you can undercut the original supplier and you can still be profitable, because TikTok is covering the shipping rate for a limited time, okay? And you can also do like a flash deal promotions in addition to your current price, just to make it even more attractive, just to make that little flash deal banner in addition to your discounted price, okay? In addition to all these TikTok coupons. Okay, now I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit, so I do apologize, but I also do recommend to aim for at least 20% price markup, just so you can achieve a 20% net profit margin, or more or less like a twice net profit. So for example, if you are if your supplier is pricing it at like $9.99, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna price it on TikTok for like $10.99 or $11.99, or sometimes same price, or $8.99, and then my shipping rate is going to be like $9.99. So pretty much I'm doubling the price of the item thanks to the shipping rate, and the buyer is still getting the item pretty much at identical or cheaper price than Amazon, and they're getting the free shipping because TikTok is covering free shipping, okay? So that's how it works. And again, if you have any questions along the way, you can just DM me on Instagram, or you can like write in the comments on YouTube under this video, or you can also join our free Discord group and ask me questions there. So check it all out. Okay, so managing returns, again, it can be like kind of confusing when you're doing it for the first time, but I do want to spend a few minutes because it's useful to know, and you should really resolve returns on TikTok ASAP, because if you don't resolve it, TikTok is going to auto-approve the return and auto-refund your buyer, and the buyer can leave you a negative review, and negative reviews will actually rank down your account seller health, and TikTok will then give you violation points for bad account health, okay? So it's really important to resolve your returns ASAP. What's going to happen is once your TikTok buyer opens the return case, simply go back to your supplier. If you're sourcing from Amazon or eBay, it's really simple. Just go back to your order ID for that specific customer and open a return case. That's it. You open a return case, and then Amazon, eBay, or Walmart, if you're sourcing from Walmart, they will normally just give you a free label. What you're going to do is you're going to go back to your buyer. You open a chat with your buyer using the order page. You can just click on that little chat and open the buyer chat and send them the free return label that Amazon or eBay or Walmart gave it to you. The TikTok buyer will then be able to send the item back to your supplier will then give you the money back, and then you refund back your buyer. Okay, now if the buyer does not send back the item within 14 days, that's when TikTok closes the return and you don't have to do anything else. Okay, so they still have 2 weeks to return the item, and once they return the item, your supplier gives you a refund and you refund back your TikTok buyer. But you know, sometimes your TikTok buyers can be really picky, really annoying. I do suggest just to refund them, just because you can avoid getting a negative review, because negative reviews, like I mentioned earlier, they hit your account health, and TikTok will then penalize you with more violation points and limit your orders, and possibly freeze your payouts for 90 days if you get a lot of violation points due to negative reviews. And also, if you do get a lot of negative reviews, your shop experience goes down. I will talk about this later in the lecture. You then get less traffic too, so it will affect your order volume and your traffic too. So it's really important to resolve returns and give good customer service ASAP, okay? Alright guys, so payouts, also known as settlements on TikTok, there are 3 types of payouts: standard, accelerated, and express. So as you guys can imagine, basically there is a difference between these 3, and the main difference is the speed of when you get paid. So with standard, this is what everyone starts with, and you get paid basically 15 days after delivery. So all in all, it's gonna be almost like 3 weeks after you receive an order on average. So that's a pretty long time, and that's actually the longest marketplace payouts that I have ever experienced so far. So definitely your goal would be to get out of standard payout type as soon as possible, and you can pretty much easily do that once you get orders, once you provide buyers with good customer experience, good customer service, and all your metrics are good. It will only be a matter of time, so I wouldn't be too worried about this. You would then graduate to accelerated payouts. Most people have accelerated payouts, and also when you first create a shop on TikTok, you will have this probation period that's going to last for about a month and a half to 2, in some cases 3 months for some reason. So be mindful of that it also will take time for you to get out of probation, and once you get out of probation, that's when you will get the express payouts after the accelerated payouts. Okay, so most people do have accelerated payouts, and you will have accelerated payouts too in no time. So yeah, when you get accelerated payouts, you do have 8 days. You get payouts 8 days after delivery. Okay, and express payouts 3 days. On the right side, I also listed the requirements in order to get accelerated payouts. You can see with accelerated payouts, late dispatch rate should be less than 8% or equal. You need to have at least 1 shipped order in the time frame. Your seller fault cancellation should be less than 5%. Okay, with express payouts, metrics are more strict, so a late dispatch rate should be 4%, seller fault cancellation rate less than 2.5%. You need to graduate from probation, as I mentioned, and you do need to have more than 50 shipped orders in the observation period. So yeah, keep all that in mind, and I included link to the payout policy in the video description too, so check it out, and let me know if you have questions too. Okay, so customer service, when it comes to that, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty common sense in my opinion. Obviously, respond to buyers as soon as possible. The sooner you can respond to buyers, the better, and you can also decrease chances of buyers leaving negative reviews to you. And in some cases, I honestly want to say, in order to avoid a hit on your seller metrics, specifically negative review rates, I do strongly suggest for you guys to consider replacing items in some cases for free, or just taking a loss and refunding your buyer, just so that they cannot give you a negative review, because once your negative review rate exceeds 0.50%, you will start getting a warning notification on TikTok, and then once it exceeds more than 1%, which it can easily happen to new people who are not experienced, and they ship a poor quality item and the buyer is not satisfied, they leave a negative review rate, and then you have 100% negative review rate, and you will get suspended with violation points assigned due to negative review rate. Okay, so definitely we want to avoid that. Make sure to be on your top customer service game at all times. And yeah, also TikTok is tracking your response times. It must be within 24 hours, because when we get to the shop experience lecture that I'm going to be discussing soon, one of the metrics for shop experience is your response rate to buyers, basically. Okay, so your goal would be to definitely respond within 24 hours or less. Yeah, so that's that on customer service. Let's see, account health. Okay, so this is a really important section here, because TikTok is really strict. There are different metrics that need to be excellent. I will show you guys in the next slide these metrics, and some violation points across categories like product violations and risk control, they stack up and go away only after 180 days unless you appeal them. Okay, so the more violation points you have, the quicker you will get banned from TikTok. It takes only 48 violation points to get permanently suspended from TikTok, and each product violation on average will give you 4 violation points, meaning that once you get 12 product violation points for good or no good reason, you will get suspended. And if you think about it, 12 violation points is nothing really, because TikTok often can misjudge your product for a bad image, or maybe a title or a keyword in your title or a keyword in description. They will easily give you violation points. Okay, so it's really easy to get them. So you have to be very careful. You have to be listing safe items only, like I mentioned before. Otherwise, you will get violation points and you will get suspended. Okay, now here is the UI overview of how account health looks like. You can already see, you know, I have 12 violation points and I know what I'm doing, and I still sometimes have issues where TikTok just wrongfully removes, suspends my items that are totally correct. They're incorrect category, but TikTok thinks, for example, they are not in the correct category and just does this stuff. Okay, so this can definitely happen. So you can see in my screenshot I already have 12 violation points and I'm medium risk. Okay, so in 4 months, yeah, I have 12 violation points. I tried to appeal them and some appeals failed despite everything being fine. So this is what I mean, you know, even if you do everything right, you need to be super careful with what you're listing. One of the items, yeah, there was like one keyword in the title which likely triggered the violation, so we're just being like 3 times more careful than before. And what I'm also doing now is I'm delisting anything that's not selling, that we listed like 30 days ago. Okay, so we're like basically deleting everything that hasn't brought us any sales and was listed more than 30 days ago, in other words. Yeah, so that's like kind of a snapshot a violation score. That's how it looks like. You can see all these variables that are considered into the account health, you know, seller fault cancellation rate, late dispatch rate, valid tracking rate. Yeah, I mean, I can talk about all of them, you know, seller fault cancellation rate. Basically, if you cancel an order, that's where it would count against you. Late dispatch rate is if you do not ship your item after 3 business days. That's when you get hit with late dispatch rate. Valid tracking rate, this is actually what that means is your tracking number should match your destination, state, and city of your buyer. And sometimes TikTok can still glitch and not read a tracking number properly. Okay, so that can also happen. So we're not perfect, as you can see. Negative review rate, this is what I was talking about earlier. It's really important to keep it low, less than 50.50% basically. Okay, and some buyers can be pretty annoying, like there is like no good reason they would still leave you a negative review, and you just have to deal with it sometimes. You can try to contact them and try to ask them to change the review, maybe give them like a partial refund or a free item. So yeah, you will definitely sometimes might be having to lose a little bit of money just so you can avoid negative reviews, or just so you can persuade your buyer to change their negative review, just so you don't get hit with negative reviews and exceed 0.50% in negative review rate. When TikTok first launched, they actually did not have the negative review rate as a metric. This was recent, as of, I want to say, September or end of August. So they implemented this new thing, and it's really, really annoying, to be absolutely honest. Really strict. So policy compliance, shop violations and product violations. I have never had a shop violation. I only do have these product violations that are like really, really annoying, for like pretty much no good reasons. At the beginning we did have a mistake. We listed kids only product, and that was my oversight. I did not monitor what my virtual assistant was listing, so that was a mistake. But all other violation points that we were not able to appeal, they were mostly about products being listed in incorrect categories, even though category is totally correct. In both times the appeal was rejected for some reason. So risk control violations, now this is the most serious one. This is typically if you provide like incorrect registration information, or you have been doing some sketchy stuff like misleading buyers, providing like fake tracking numbers, not shipping orders, or using fake tracking numbers and you actually never ship orders, just fraud, like fraud stuff basically, so that's when you get hit with risk control violations. And typically when you get hit with that, you're going to be instantly deactivated and your appeals are going to be rejected. So definitely try not to do any sketchy stuff, okay? Shop experience. Now this is part 2 of the account health here. So shop experience, your goal is to really get as close to 5 out of 5 as possible. So it's pretty much going to be impossible to be like a 5 out of 5, because there are going to be like small issues here and there, but you can see all the components of the shop experience score. There is customer service, there is fulfillment, logistics, and product satisfaction, okay? Now when you do get hit with like negative reviews, typically your unsatisfied order rate is going to go up and your product satisfaction as a result is going to decrease, okay? So what I noticed is actually we have been hovering at like 3.8 for like over a month now. So it took us quite a long time to get back to 4.8, and we actually got back in like mid-October, and as soon as we got to 4.8, 4.6 range, to the excellent to this excellent phrase here, we immediately saw more traffic and more orders coming into our store organically. And this holds true that shops with higher scores will be eligible for more traffic and benefits. So this is actually true. So definitely make sure to get to 5 out of 5 as much and as often as you can. You can see here the breakdown of all of these 3 main components: the complaint rate, 24-hour response rate. This is what I was talking about earlier, that you need to respond to chats within 24 hours. Complaint rate, this is typically when buyers are going to leave negative reviews, and when they leave negative reviews, they also do this unsatisfied order rate, meaning they like open a case with TikTok support agent and that they complain basically about something. So that's what's going to happen. Seller fault cancellation, pretty obvious. If you cancel orders, this is going to go up and you will get penalized with your score going down. Late dispatch rate, I talked about this in the previous lecture. Basically, if you are not shipping within 3 business days, if you're late, and if you ship after 3 business days, this is going to go up, and once again your score is going to go down. So that's how it works. And yeah, for the most part, this is pretty much it. As far as the conclusion of the platform, I'm still have to say that even though it is probably the hardest platform for beginners to start with, just because it's pretty strict, I still have to say that right now this is a must consider opportunity. And given the amount of traffic, that we are receiving right now, this is by far the best drop shipping platform right now. Normally I want to say Facebook Marketplace would be the best for drop shipping, but because there is no really much traffic right now, Facebook completely ruined their algorithms. So there is no traffic on Facebook, so I have to say now that TikTok is the best drop shipping platform because of the amount of free traffic that you receive, and it's really easy to get a lot of orders in a short period of time right now with TikTok, especially during Q4 when TikTok is giving all these coupons to buyers. So I still have to say it's a must consider opportunity for people right now, and it's really easy to make an account, create it, start listing items, follow the tips that I gave you guys, and I am sure that you will start seeing your orders most likely within your first 1 or 2 weeks. In some cases it can be quicker depending on what you are listing. So number 2, it is harder to saturate due to the nature of TikTok as a platform in affiliate marketing, because the way TikTok works, mainly we're seeing most of the traffic is driven by affiliates, and what that means, it's a lot harder to saturate because individual affiliates can promote the same exact product and item. You know, lots of dropshippers can like list the same product, but it's not guaranteed that the same affiliate is going to promote that same product. So if you are listing a product with better photos, better descriptions, better price points, for example, you will have a high chance that a better quality affiliate will pick up your product and promote it for you. As such, it makes it harder to saturate because affiliate marketing is really individual. In some cases it's more of a luck thing, you know, that some affiliate is going to pick your product, but your job is to make sure your listing is attractive, you have good photos, good descriptions, good titles, good price points, so that the affiliate is able to pick you and promote your product. And also TikTok organically promotes your product in any case, so it's important to make sure your quality, your listing quality is top notch too, okay? So as I said earlier, it's not very beginner friendly because it requires excellent seller metrics, so you really have to be on top of your game. You cannot really afford to make silly, stupid mistakes like forgetting to ship your item on time or forgetting to respond to buyers. You cannot do any of that on TikTok, so you really need to be careful. You need to be checking your seller UI every single day. I do recommend to check it a few times per day. The more often you check it, the more you list on it, the better, okay? Now part 2 is it can require some capital for free samples. You know, it's optional, you don't need to do it, but what we find is sometimes we do send free samples to quality affiliates, and I talk about this in earlier lectures, so make sure you scroll a little bit on this video and rewatch it. But if you are working with quality affiliates who have channels that are relevant to the sample product that they're requesting, there is a very high chance that if you send them the free sample, their video can take off and you will start getting orders. So again, this is why it's not very beginner friendly, because the seller metrics are really strict, and in some cases you can invest and it can require you to invest some capital for free samples, okay? Again, it's optional, you don't have to do it for free samples, but it's really highly recommended, okay? So I want to say one other big advantage with TikTok, it's scalable with a single item with the right affiliate, and in some cases right now we're seeing that we don't even need affiliates. TikTok is organically pushing our items, so a single item can keep selling and selling and selling and selling. This is what was happening with Facebook Marketplace dropshipping back in the day. One single item can be selling 10, 20, 30 times per day and more. And then you have several items like this selling every single day, and you really start to see really good profit numbers coming your way every single day. That's how it works. Now more features are added and glitches are getting fixed as we speak. You know, some features can be annoying, like negative review rate was added to the marketplace, but there are two sides of this coin. While this seller metric is really annoying, it also eliminated a lot of competition for good sellers, and it prevented bad sellers from entering the marketplace, and it basically resulted in them getting suspended because they didn't know what they were doing. So it also helps prevent this saturation of the marketplace by eliminating bad sellers who don't know what they're doing. So more features are likely going to be added. It's possible that more people will get suspended because TikTok is once again reworking the platform, reworking the algorithms. So especially in Q4, I do expect more people to get banned. Basically, it will all come down to providing excellent customer service, listing good quality products and shipping things quickly. So yeah, I want to say this is for the most part the conclusion. The pro tips that I also have for you guys to maximize sales. Okay, number one, follow up with your existing affiliates who generated sales for you guys and offer them to promote more items that are relevant to their channel. So for example, if your affiliate who has generated at least 4, 5 or more sales to you, and they are in the kitchen niche, what you can do is you can offer to promote another best-selling kitchen gadget to this same affiliate, because it might be relevant to their channel. So that's pro tip number one. Pro tip number two, ensure you work with affiliates who have e-commerce sales history, like I mentioned in one of my lectures earlier. So you can rewatch it once again if you missed it. It's one of the lectures where we were discussing the affiliates tab. TikTok has a built-in affiliate filter that will allow you to avoid working with affiliates, prevent affiliates from requesting free samples who do not have sales history, who were not able to generate either $40 or more in sales or $160 or more in sales in the past 30 days or so. Okay. Now, next one is ensuring good quality product imagery. Like I mentioned earlier, this is pretty important. Ensuring good quality products is crucial for buyers and affiliates. I apologize for my WhatsApp message, but I do have virtual assistants, so they keep messaging me. Keep listing daily. That's a pretty straightforward tip. This is what I recommend people who also have watched my Facebook Marketplace and Etsy dropshipping courses on Udemy. Just keep listing daily, because it's also going to be a numbers game. The more items you're able to list daily, the higher is your chances of selling something. Okay, so try to keep listing daily. I know it's going to be hard when you do have a 9-to-5 job. Back in the day, I had a 9-to-5 job, and I did have to find time to list something after my 9-to-5. I was doing this during my 5 to 12. So that's just part of the process, really. And my last pro tip for you guys here is maintain your shop experience as close to 5 as possible, because then you will be eligible to get more traffic. TikTok algorithm will be favoring your shop more. That kind of like goes hand in hand with ensuring your good account health metrics. Just make sure you are providing your buyers once again with good shopping experience, fast shipping, and you resolve any issues as soon as possible. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys here. Again, you can connect with me by my by using my Instagram handle at whoisandre. You can leave any comments under the video. I will respond to you guys as soon as possible. I do respond a little bit quicker if you DM me on Instagram. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have a lot of useful links in the video description, including our free Discord group that you can join now, and the Udemy lectures of this TikTok, basically free course. It just has like more live examples that I mentioned earlier, and just has a few more tips here and there. But for the most part, what you guys have seen today is pretty much sufficient, and pretty much is the essential part that is already discussed in the Udemy lectures. Okay, and if you're just like willing to support me with a tip, it would really help me a lot, because this channel is not monetized. I don't have enough subscribers just yet at the time of this video, and I don't have enough watch hours. So feel free to like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You guys know all that stuff. And if you are feeling generous enough, you're welcome to purchase my content on Udemy. Just check out those few extra tips that I have for you guys, and it would just be a small support for what I'm trying to do here and give you all this knowledge for absolutely free. And yeah, I will respond to you guys no matter what, so just DM me here on YouTube, or on Instagram, on Discord. I will respond to you guys as soon as possible, and I will respond to every single one of you. Just because I do have this opportunity right now, while my channel is relatively small, I will respond to you, okay? Yeah, so thank you for watching. Again, you can see here what's written. I already discussed this, all the links in the video description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Pretty straightforward. Every single YouTuber will tell you the same thing. So yeah, thank you so much. This is the end of the slideshow, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace.